Macbeth. Macbeth, a tragic play by Shakespeare written around 1606 to 1607, appeared in the 1623 first folio. It's the shortest of Shakespeare's tragedies, focusing solely on Macbeth's ambition driven rise and fall without any other diversions or subplots in this play. So here's the gist. Three witches prophesy Macbeth's Scottish kingship. Persuaded by his wife, Macbeth murders the king and claims the throne. Fueled by paranoia, he continues killing and sparks a civil war, leading to his ultimate downfall. Major characters: Duncan, the King of Scotland; Malcolm, Duncan's elder son; Donalbain, Duncan's younger son; Macbeth, a general in the army of King Duncan, originally Thane of Glamis, then Thane of Cawdor, and later King of Scotland; Lady Macbeth, Macbeth's wife and later Queen of Scotland; Banquo, Macbeth's friend, and a general in the army of King Duncan; Fleance, Banquo's son; Macduff, Thane of Fife; Lady Macduff, Macduff's wife; Macduff's son; Ross, Lennox, Angus, Menteith, Caithness, Scottish Thanes. Three witches. Summary of the play. Act 1. In a desolate Scottish moorland, Macbeth and Banquo, two of King Duncan's valiant generals, come upon three peculiar women, the three witches. These mystic beings predict a dual promotion for Macbeth, first to the noble Thane of Cawdor and eventually to the very throne of Scotland. While the witches hint at Banquo's lineage of kings, they remain cryptic and vanish before revealing more. Shortly thereafter, King Duncan confers the title of Thane of Cawdor upon Macbeth, a reward for his triumphs on the battlefield. This elevation appears to align with the witches' forecast. King Duncan proposes a swift visit to Macbeth's castle at Inverness that night. Meanwhile, Lady Macbeth receives word of the prophecies and her husband's newfound status. Determined to ensure his ascent to the throne, she pledges to support him through any means necessary. In Act 2, Macbeth arrives at his castle, followed promptly by King Duncan. Collaboratively, the Macbeths devise a sinister plan to murder Duncan under the shroud of night, awaiting the slumber of the household. At the designated moment, Lady Macbeth incapacitates the guards with drugged wine, enabling Macbeth to enter and commit regicide. Almost instantly, remorse engulfs Macbeth, but his wife offers reassurance. She leaves the bloody daggers beside the lifeless king just before Macduff, a nobleman, arrives. The discovery propels Macbeth into a frenzied outburst of anger and vengeance, leading him to kill the incapacitated guards. Amidst the turmoil, Duncan's sons, Malcolm and Donalbain, flee, fearing for their lives. However, they are unjustly accused of the murder. In Act 3, Macbeth ascends to the throne of Scotland, but insecurity gnaws at his conscience. The prophecy of Banquo's progeny inheriting the throne haunts him, prompting him to orchestrate the murders of Banquo and his son Fleance. In the shadows, Banquo meets his demise, but Fleance manages to evade the assassins. During a grand state banquet, Macbeth's sanity is shaken as he witnesses the spectral apparition of Banquo. His vehement reaction disturbs the courtiers, and Lady Macbeth endeavors to contain her husband's distress, ultimately dismissing the gathering. In Act 4, seeking solace in the counsel of the witches, Macbeth is foretold that his safety persists until Birnam Wood advances in battle against him. Furthermore, he is also told to fear no man born of a woman. The witches predict that despite Macbeth's reign of terror, the lineage of Scottish kings will still descend from Banquo's progeny. Fueled by paranoia and ruthlessness, Macbeth embarks on a spree of slaughter, claiming numerous lives, including those of Macduff's kin. Meanwhile, Macduff departs to seek Malcolm, one of Duncan's surviving sons, who has taken refuge at the court of the English king. Malcolm, burdened by grief and uncertainty, is convinced by Macduff to lead a campaign against Macbeth, vowing to restore justice and order to Scotland. The major themes of the play. The main themes in Macbeth are ambition and guilt. Macbeth's overweening ambition leads him to kill Duncan, and from then on until the end of the play, he suffers an unendurable guilt. Another theme is that of appearance and reality. Of all Shakespeare's characters, Macbeth has the most difficulty distinguishing between what is real and what is not. The other themes of Macbeth are nature, manhood, and light versus dark.